you can win this sporty Jeep with just one answer on Card Shark. And if you play your cards right, you can win $32,000. And now, the host of Card Shark, Bob Eubanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Gene Wood. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Card Shark. And let me tell you, do you see a little Jeep? We got a really neat Jeep to give away today. We also have a lot of money, and we have two very lovely dealers. One of them I'm madly in love with, so I want you to meet them right now. Here they are, Suzanna Williams, and today's model is my lovely daughter, Theresa Eubanks, and here they are. This is my middle one. This is my middle one. I have an older son and a younger son, and this one popped right there in the middle like an Oreo cookie. Nice to have you. If you would deal them out, we'll get the Card Sharks in here. Come on, Janet and John. Well, how are you?
Great.
Yeah, you ought to be great, Janet.
Yes,
you won
great.
$30,316. How's that? Cash and card. Happy for you.
Thank you.
Tell us about Janet.
My name's Janet Henderson. I live in Agora Hills, California. I work as a retail salesperson at a department store in Canoga Park. I'm happily involved.
Did you bring that loudmouth boyfriend with him today?
He's at home today.
Good. He was
He's
yelling from the audience and driving me crazy.
Doesn't he drive you nuts?
Yes,
Me too.
He's not there. Well, all right. Good. John, welcome back, sir.
Thank you very much.
Tell us about John.
Well, my name is John Apollo, and I was born and raised in California here, and I'm a property manager, and I'm very excited about this game so far.
Well, it's nice to have you here, too. Let me tell you, John won the first game. We were in the middle of game number 2 when we left off last time. The rules are if you win 2 games, you're our champion. I'm ready now to ask the third question in game number 2, and the question goes to you, John. And let me tell you, all this week, folks, in our studio audience, we have 10 moms who hold down a job outside of the home, and they're with us right now, so let's get them up here. We'll play the game. All right, ladies. Remember now, these are 10 moms who hold down a job outside the home, and aren't they special? Here's the first question for you, John. This is question 3, game 2. Before the show, we ask our 10 working moms, have your children ever been such brats all weekend that you couldn't wait to get to the office on Monday? How many of these 10 moms said their children have been such brats all weekend they couldn't wait to get to the office on Monday? Boy, that's happened to me, I'll tell you.
Well, I got to tell you, I got a 7-year-old daughter, and I can feel the same way after being with her for a bit of a time, too. I got to think that that's probably a pretty high number when you think about kids being young and how they yell and scream and fight and everything else over the weekends. I got to think probably that number is going to be about 7.
7 of the 10.
Yeah,
I think have done that. Let's see what Janet thinks about this one. Jan?
I think being a working mother, and I commend you, I think that's great. You guys are super women. I think that it's going to be a lower number because I don't think that they get to see their kids enough. They probably enjoy
that
their children.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say it's lower.
Well, the actual number of these women who couldn't wait to get to the office on Monday is 6 of them. You're right, Janet. It was lower. Just a little bit lower, though. All right. Where are the 6 honest ladies in the group down there? Raise your hand if you would, please. Hey, Debbie, you just had to get out of the house. Is that it?
Oh, I definitely did. I'm a mother of a 7-year-old daughter and 5-year-old triplets.
Whoa, wait a minute. You had 3 at one time?
Sure did. Identical triplet girls.
7-year-old daughter?
Now you know why I work.
Yeah, I know. And gosh, yes, you left early, didn't you? I mean, what?
Well, my story is, my particular story is when my girls were just 6 or 7 months old, and I went back to work when they were 6 weeks old. On one of many long weekends, I was attempting to potty train my 2-year-old.
Yes.
So I had my triplets all lined up trying to feed them. They were spitting out all over the place and crying. And I turned around and looked, and my 2-year-old was peeing on the floor.
Ah. So things were coming out of both ends from everybody. Is that what you're telling me? Okay, ladies, thank you very much. Nice to have you with us. Whew. Who's got all this control? Janet does. Janet, want to keep that king?
I want to go lower.
Let's go lower than the king, and it is lower, yes.
I want to freeze.
Gonna freeze?
I want to freeze.
Oh, the lady wants to freeze right there. Sure. Keeps old John off the cards. We're going to play sudden death when we come back, but first we must pause. We'll be back with more Card Sharks to find out who our champion's going to be. Welcome back to Card Sharks. Okay, coming up now is the 4th and final question in this game. Someone has to win the game in the next play of the cards, and control is really what our contestants are looking for. We call this sudden death. Ooh, scares me, doesn't it, you? Janet, it's your question. You're not married. Know something about bachelors, I assume?
Just a little.
Well, let's see. We surveyed 100 bachelors, and we asked them, have you ever kept calling a girl even after she told you she never, ever wanted to see you again? How many bachelors said they've done that?
Oh, dear. Oh, God, that's a tough question. I think that's going to be a very low number because I don't think that men are as persistent today as they used to be.
We hate rejection.
They hate rejection.
Certainly.
So I think that most men would give up if they already got turned down. I think maybe a few would pursue, but that's going to be low. I'll say 30 men would continue to pursue
30
that girl.
out of the 100 of these bachelors said they've done that. John?
Being a bachelor myself, I've tried that one quite a few times myself. But usually when a girl tells me definitely does not want to see me again, I would say that have a tendency to give up on that one.
So what do you think? Higher or lower than 30?
I think it's going to be a much lower number.
Much lower than that?
Yeah.
You get rejected a lot, John?
Often enough.
What's the problem, big guy?
Probably the breath.
Oh, I noticed Janet go, like
every time.
Actual number of bachelors who kept calling a girl who told them she never wanted to see them again is 31. Woo! It wasn't lower, a little bit higher. She missed it by 1. Okay, sudden death time. Here we go. Now, Janet, you can change. Yeah, you got a couple of choices here. You can change the 7 and play it out. If you goof, John wins the game and the championship. Or you can pass it on to John with the 8. If he makes a mistake, you win the game. We play tiebreaker.
I want to control this game. I want to change that
Change the
card.
card? Okay, she's going to change it and play it herself. 7 is now an 8.
Oh.
Okay, if it's higher, you're still in the game. If it's not higher, John's our new champion. Higher than the 8. Yes, it is.
Okay. Lower, please. Please.
Is it lower?
Please be lower.
Lower than the
Please
jack?
be lower.
Yes, it is. This is agony.
Higher, please.
Okay, let me set the
Please be
scene for you
higher.
again. If the card is higher, Janet wins the game. We'll play a tiebreaker. If it's not higher, John is the new champ. Is it higher than the 6? Yes, it is. He did it. Woo! Man. Okay. That means that we have to play a tiebreaker game. If you notice this time, the ladies have set up only 3 cards. Tiebreaker is a 1-question sudden death. The winner of this question is our champion, plays for the big money and a neat new Jeep back there. So the girls are dealing out only 3 cards. And John, the question is yours, and it's an educated guess question. This ought to be fun. Wait till you hear this question, folks. You play along at home, okay? Right now, there are 5 billion people in the world. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, in the world's history, how many people in all have ever lived? How many people have ever lived in the world's history? There's 5 billion right now. What do you think, John? I mean, it's a heck of a question, isn't it? Yeah. Are you counting them, John? Is that what you're doing?
I'm thinking about it real quick.
Yeah. This could turn into a mini-series.
5 million now, and the most people that's ever lived in the world is going to be...
5 billion now.
5 billion. I'm going to say it's going to be 14 billion.
14 billion.
Lower. That's lower.
Janet says it's lower.
That's lower.
All right. Janet's very positive that
That's a good
it's
high
lower.
number. That's lower.
Yeah, okay.
I think with population growth and everything, it's
Okay,
at a
well,
peak
let's see.
today.
The
Please
actual
say
number
lower.
of people who have ever lived is, hang on, folks, 64 billion people. Can you believe that one? 64 billion. Woo! Tough question.
That's a tough
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Tough question. Makes you believe in reincarnation, I guess. John, I'm going to show you your base card and Janet's base card, and we'll see what happens. All right, your base card. Remember, you can change this. Is a 9. Janet's base card is a 9 also. Now you know what you can do. You can change it and play it out. If you goof, she's the champ, or pass it on to her where she plays off the 9. If she goofs, you're the champ. What are you going to do, John? What do you think, John?
I'm going to change that card and play it out.
You're going to change and play.
Yep.
Okay. A lot of interesting things happen already. Major decisions in this game. John, your new base card is a 9 again. Whoa! A 9 of spades for both of you. What do you think, John? Is it lower? If it's lower, you're still in the game. If it's not lower, Janet's the champ again. Lower than the 9. No! Janet, you are the champion! Are you all right, John? Yeah. Okay. $100, nice gifts. Thanks for playing our game. And I hope rejection doesn't keep happening to you. Thank you, John. Come on, Janet. Woo! You are one of the luckiest ladies in the world, I'll tell you. When we come back, the ladies are going to have a chance to win a lot more money and a beautiful new Jeep. We'll be right back to that. Wow. Welcome back to Card Sharks. All right, lucky lady. Now, this is Janet's 5th and final time. The rules say you can only play for the big money 5 times. So this is your last time. We'll say goodbye to you after this, but certainly not empty-handed. You're over $30,000 right now. Hey, let's hit the jackpot right now.
Let's do it.
Okay, we're going to give you $200 to bet with.
Okay.
Bing, you got it. Remember, you can change 1 card per line. And Janet, here's your first card. You have an ace with 200.
All of it lower. All of it lower.
Betting all of it lower than the ace. There's a 7 for you, $400.
Change that card with number 1.
Number 1. Okay, thank you, babe. The 7 becomes now a 5. You got $400.
$100 higher.
100 higher than the 5. Is it higher? Of course it is. $500 now, Janet. 500.
$50 higher.
$50 higher than the 8. No. Back to 450. Up here, I'll give you another 400. You got $850 and a 4.
600 higher.
How much?
600
higher than the 4. Yeah.
Okay.
$14.50. Player change to 6.
Change that card with
Number 2. See if Theresa has a good one for you. The 6 now is an 8.
Oh.
Ugly, but you got $14.50.
Okay, I'll bet $100 higher.
How much again?
100 higher.
100 higher than the 8. Is it? No. Back to $13.50, Janet.
Okay, I'm gonna bet $800 higher.
$800. Okay, $800 higher than the 5. Ah! Back to $5.50, but a good card.
Okay. All of it higher.
Sure, let's go for
All
it.
of it higher.
Gonna bet it all higher than the 3, and it's a push. Oh! So you end up with $550.
That's good.
Yeah, you're doing all right. Sure. Now, let me tell you. Ugly cards, huh?
Yeah.
But nevertheless, you're still at $31,066 cash and prizes. And now we're going to give you a chance to win the neatest little Jeep you have ever seen in your life. And Gene will tell you about it. Gino?
The Jeep Wrangler Sahara. 2-door, open body, 4-wheel drive, comes with soft top, color-coordinated spoker wheels, fender flares, and California emission. Good luck, Janet.
Okay, Janet, here we go. Now, here's how you win that Jeep. I'm going to ask you a question about our 10 working moms there in our studio audience, and then I'll ask you to register your answer over there on our range board. So, Theresa, would you hand me the question, please? Thank you, kid. Now, here we go, Janet. Before the show, we ask our 10 women, if you had an important business meeting on a day your child was sick, would you go to the meeting anyway? How many of these 10 women would go to the meeting anyway? I want you to go over there and place the marker on your answer, if you would, please. Chance to win a great little Jeep. Let's see if you can do it. She's looking at the moms and decides that probably 3 of them. Is that your answer? 4 of them, 3 of them. It's like watching a ping pong match. Okay. If you're right, where are you going? Oh.
Okay.
It is your last time here. If you're right, if it's right 3, you win the Jeep. If you're off by 1, if the correct answer is 2 or 4, you win another $500. The actual number of these women who would go to the meeting anyway is 8 of them. Yes. Moms!
Shame on
That's
you.
okay. You still end up with $31,066 cash in prizes. We say goodbye to you, and we're going to meet 2 new card sharks. Good luck. You're a good contestant. We'll be right back to meet 2 new card sharks right after this. And time now to meet our 2 new card sharks. So let's get them in here. Come on, gang. Wow, you made it on the show, didn't you?
Thank God for that. I'm so excited.
Rosanna, nice to have you here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name's Rosanna Caprimo, and I'm 20 years old. I'm currently going to Cal State University Fullerton studying political science, and I hope to become an ambassador in a couple of years.
Oh, just in 2 years you're going to be an ambassador?
No, it'll probably take me 3 or 4 more years before I finish.
Ambassador to what?
I want to become an ambassador for Italy, and I also want to study Russian, so hopefully one of the 2.
Oh, and you can accomplish that in 3 years?
Well, right now, my parents are fluent Italian. I can understand Italian a little, and I can speak it. So when I've taken the classes before, I've pretty much adapted to it. So I'm praying
nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Barry, is that?
No, Barry.
Oh, Barry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Barry. Well, your mother had a big imagination, didn't she?
Yeah, they did. They had a pretty good imagination.
That's Barry, huh? What else do people call you with it?
Oh, I get Bree, Bray,
Yeah.
the works.
Okay, tell us about
Hi,
Barry.
Bob. My name is Barry Gleaves. I'm a financial manager for an architectural firm here in Los Angeles. I was born and raised in Los Angeles. I'm married, and I have a 2-year-old baby girl.
Okay, nice to have you two here. Win 2 games, you're our champion. Rosanna won the toss of the coin, so she's standing where the champion stands. And let's get it on. Susanna's got the cards all dealt out, and here we go with our first question. We surveyed 100 child psychiatrists, Rosanna. We asked them, generally speaking, is it okay for parents to offer their children money to get good grades in school?
Oh, gosh.
How many child psychiatrists said it's okay to bribe a kid to get good grades?
My parents have always been behind me 100% when it comes to school, basically because my older brother's studying construction and my younger brother's doing drafting.
Do they bribe you, though?
They've never bribed me. My parents are always just, they're supportive of me. It's like if I have problems at school, they'll help me, but honestly, I don't think money does much. I mean, if a person's just going to study, you know, to get an A and they're going to get $100 for an A, well, great, they're going to study to achieve an A.
100? That's cheap these days.
Well, you got, I know it, well.
How many child psychiatrists said it's okay, though?
I would honestly say, I think that'd be a low number just because for me, for what I've dealt with in the past, I think it's about 30.
30 out of 100 say it's okay. Barry, what do you say?
Well, when I was in school, my parents always bribed me, and I have to admit, I looked forward to that money coming in. I loved it. The more they said they'd give, the more I would study. But whether psychiatrists would agree upon that,
Higher or lower than 30, Barry?
I'd say higher.
Higher than that, would agree. Okay,
Yeah.
It used to cost me saddles and motorcycles. The actual number of child psychiatrists who said it's okay for parents to offer their kids money to get good grades is 58 of them say it's okay. You're right, Barry was higher. Okay, Barry, here's your first card, my friend. It's a 5. You can play or change.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to change it.
Well, change the 5. Susanna's got a new one,
Yeah.
and the 5 now becomes a 9. Yeah, you listened to him, didn't you?
I know. Okay, we're going to go lower.
Lower than that 9 it
All
is.
right, let's go. We're going to go higher.
Higher than a 3.
Yes. Lower.
Lower, you got it.
Okay. Lower.
If it's lower, he wins game number 1. Does he? You bet he does. That's the way it's done.
All right.
You okay, Rosanna? Let me hear you say higher or lower.
Higher.
Let me hear you say lower.
Lower.
Okay, just in case we don't get over there to play the cards, I just wanted you to have the experience anyway. We're going to set up now for game number 2. Barry's got the first game. Rosanna has to win this game. And Barry, this is your question. We surveyed 100 women. We asked them, we know it's an unpleasant thought, but if you had to be involved in a situation where a married man was having an affair, would you rather be the man's wife or his mistress? How many women would rather be the man's mistress?
Okay, I'm going to speak for my wife, Bridge, here.
All right, go ahead.
And I think that she would much rather be the mistress than the person that's getting done in by the mistress. So,
How many would rather be the man's mistress out of 100?
I think that would be a high number. I would say 72.
72. Let's see what the lady says about this.
I'm
Rosanna?
going to disagree. I mean, all the soap operas I have watched, every time, all the TV shows I've watched, every time the mistress, she usually gets done in. I mean, the guy usually ends up dropping her because there's usually kids involved, and usually the husband decides to go back to the wife. So I'm going to say...
you watch a lot of soaps, don't you?
Well, I don't know. I know how much my parents care about each other, and I think,
So what
God
do you
forbid,
think?
I think it'd be lower.
Lower than that? The actual number of women who would rather be the mistress is 62 of them. Yeah, but not by much. Okay, Rosanna, you do have a chance now, kid. There's a jack for you. Lower than the jack. Nope.
Oh, no.
Barry gets a free chance. Barry can't change it. Got to play it. It's 5
Okay,
again.
okay, we're going to go higher.
Higher than that 5.
Yes.
Queen.
Lower.
Lower than the queen. 7. What's the man going to do?
I'm going to freeze.
Going to freeze?
Yeah.
Okay. He'll freeze right there on the 7. And Rosanna says, good idea. And we'll be right back with more Card Sharks right after this. That's all the time we have. We'll see you next time on Card Sharks. Bye-bye.